So do you also use Google Ads to get more leads for your own business? Then this video is definitely for you. So hello all, welcome back to Pabbly, and in this video we are going to understand how to capture leads from Google Lead Ads and add them into Zoho CRM. So like you, I also use Google Lead Ads to get more leads for my own business. And now what I want is that as soon as we receive a new lead from Google Ads, I want to add the lead details into my Zoho CRM. So to do this, we are going to create a connection between Google Ads and Zoho CRM, and we are going to create this connection without knowing any programming or coding language using an amazing automation software which is Pabbly Connect. So if you also want to create this amazing automation for your own business, then for that you have to come with me towards my screen. Welcome to my screen everyone. So let's create a connection between Google Ads and Zoho CRM. So to do this, I'm going to open a new tab and search for the landing page of Pabbly Connect simply by typing pabbly.com/connect in my browser. Now it is opening the landing page of Pabbly Connect using which we are going to create this connection. But before we move on further and create this connection, I'll show you something really helpful. This is the Pabbly community where automation users, business owners, and marketers connect. Pabbly community is a space where users share their ideas, workflow tips, doubts, and solutions. So if you're stuck at any step, the community is a great resource for guidance. And if you also want to join this amazing community, the link is given in the description box below. Make sure to check it out and join this community today. So let's head back towards the landing page of Pabbly Connect, and right now our Ganesh Chaturthi sale is going on. So if you wish to purchase Pabbly Connect for a one-time price with no recurring fees forever, today is a great day. Now let's move on further without wasting any more time. Let's create this automation. For that, we have two options on the landing page. One is sign in and the another one is sign up for free. So if you are a new user, you can click on this sign up for free and you're going to get 100 of tasks free every month to explore the application which is Pabbly Connect. But over here, I am an existing user, so I'm going to click on this button which says sign in. And now it is opening all Pabbly apps, and over we're going to see all the tools and applications offered by Pabbly. But in today's video, we are going to use Pabbly Connect because we are connecting different applications. So let's click on this axis now right over here to access Pabbly Connect. And now it is opening the dashboard of my Pabbly Connect's account. Now to get started and create this automation, we have to click on this button which says create workflow. And now it is asking me to select the workflow builder, the new one or the classic one. So the new workflow builder is faster, flexible, and ideal for those who want a modern interface, while the classic one on the other hand is stable, has a familiar approach, and ideal for those who want a tried and tested setup. So you can use any one from this. I'm going to use this new one, so let's go towards the select of the new one. Now for the workflow name, I'm going to name my workflow as this: capture leads from Google Ads and add them into Zoho CRM. For the folder, I'm going to simply select my folder as automations. On my dashboard, you can see multiple folders which I have already created in which I save my workflows. And if you also want to create a new folder, you can go to this create new folder button and create your own. I have already created many, so I'm going to save my workflow in one of these only and click on this button which says create. And once we click on this create, it is going to open the most important window of our automation, which is our workflow window. So this is the most important window because we have trigger and action in this. Trigger and actions are the two main principles on which our workflow is going to run. Trigger means when this happens, and action means do this. So by this, you can understand that the trigger starts the process and the actions are results towards the same. So to get started, we have to click on this add trigger, and now for the trigger application, we have to select it as Google Ads. So let's search for Google Ads and select it. Now for the trigger event, we have to select it as new lead form entry and click on this connect. Now in order to create a connection between Google Ads and Pabbly Connect, we have received a webhook URL, and using this webhook URL only, we are going to create this connection. What we have to do is we have to copy this webhook URL and then open our Google Ads. And now you're going to see that my campaign is in draft mode and I have added a lead form in this campaign. You're going to see the details which I have selected in this lead form, and now I'm going to connect this lead form with Pabbly Connect. So to do this, I'm going to scroll and we're going to see the option of lead delivery. So we have to open this and go to its this webhook URL and paste the webhook URL which we copied from the workflow right over here. For the key, you can add a key and click on this send test data. And once we click on this send test data, it is saying test data sent. Alright, so I'm going to open my workflow and now we're going to see that Pabbly has captured the response of the test data. This proves the successful connection between Google Ads and Pabbly Connect. You're going to see all the details which we have received. You're going to see the company name, the phone number, the email address, the last name and the first name. And now using these details, I'm going to create a new contact in Zoho CRM. But you can see that these details are test details because I'm running a draft campaign. I am not running a live campaign in Google Ads. If you're using a live campaign, you can definitely capture the live lead details too right over here. Now let's move on further and create a connection between Google Ads and Zoho CRM. For that, we first have to close this trigger and click on this add new action step button. Now for the action application, we have to select it as Zoho CRM, and now for the action event, we have to select it as create contact and click on this connect. Now in order to create a connection between Zoho CRM and Pabbly Connect, we have two options: add a new connection or select an existing connection. So if you have already created this connection, you can go to this select an existing connection and then save. But if you haven't, you have to follow me, click on add a new connection, and now we have to click on this blue button which says connect with Zoho CRM. Now it is asking me for the domain, and from where we're going to get this domain, we have to open our Zoho CRM URL, and in this URL we're going to get the domain, which is after this https://crm and before /crm. So as you can see that my domain is zoho.in, so I'm going to simply copy the same and paste it right over here. Your domain can be anything from below. And after entering this domain, we have to click on this save. And once we click on this save, Pabbly is asking me for some permissions. So I'm going to click on this accept and give Pabbly all the permissions it is asking for, because my data is secure with Pabbly. Your data is 100% safe with Pabbly. You can also click on this accept and give Pabbly all the permissions it is asking for. And once we click on this accept, with this we have successfully created a connection between Zoho CRM and Pabbly Connect. Now let's move on further. It is saying lead source. So over here the lead source is Google, so I'm going to select the same. It is asking me for the first name, last name and the rest of the details. So one by one I'm going to enter the details which are required, like this first name. Alright, so I'm going to enter the first name right over here, but we are not going to enter it manually by tapping it like this, but instead we are going to map it. So you must be wondering what is mapping. So mapping is a method by Pabbly which means inserting the data from the previous step. And when we insert the data from the previous step, automatically our data becomes dynamic and change with every new response received. So as I've mentioned that I'm only going to enter the details which are required, like the first name, last name, email address and the phone number. You have to keep in mind that you only have to map this string value. And after mapping the details which are required, we're going to click on this save and send test request. If you wish, or if you have the lead details of the other two like the country, city, you can map those too. Once we click on the save and send test request, we have received the positive response that we have successfully created a new contact in Zoho CRM. Alright, so I'm going to open my Zoho CRM and refresh this contacts page in order to check for the new contact created. And once I'm going to refresh this contacts page, yes, you can see a new contact has been created with the same details which were the test details. And with this, we have successfully completed our workflow. Now whenever we are going to receive a new lead form entry from Google Ads, automatically a new contact will be created in Zoho CRM. All of this is going to happen in backend. We just have to sit back and relax. So yes, now go try this amazing automation for your own business too, because right now we are offering a free trial of Pabbly Connect. And while trying, if you have any questions related to the video or the workflow, you can directly comment on this video. So over here, if you wish, I'll just simply attach the workflow link in the description box below. You can check out my workflow too. See you in the next video with many more automation tips, everyone. Thank you for watching. So not only these applications, but with the help of Pabbly Connect, you can connect many more applications. And now if you have any doubts, you can reach us at support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can reach us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issues, you can follow this URL. And now go try this amazing automation for your own business too, because right now we are offering a free trial of Pabbly Connect.